SpongeBob SquarePants Mysteries Find a Missing Star. Chapter 22. My partner and I were in a tough spot. For a detective like me, it wasn't the first time. Well, actually, to tell the truth, it was the first time I ever stuffed in a potato sack and home away by a pirate. But now that I was in danger bears, I had a strong feeling it wouldn't be at the last. After what seemed like a long trip on the shoulders of pirates, all glory, they were passed from one pirate to another. SpongeBob's school were dumped on a hard floor. Womp womp. They were still tied in bags, so they couldn't see where they were, but they could hear pirates talking. What is this? A deep voice asked. What ye brought to? Damn me, hearties. A couple of banquets sang the Buccaneers, Captain, a higher voice asked. Tied up in sacks, nice and neat. What sounded like a pair of heavy boots clumped closer to the bags. And what I want a pair of sucking on the Buccaneers, the deep voice asked. They don't sound like useful additions to me and the first crew. 2 or 3 other pirates laughed and SpongeBob's crew joined the crew of the pirate ship. Nay, Captain, one of them cried. That they don't, much too small and weak. The boots walked away from the sacks. Then one of the pirates squeaked, as he'd been picked up by the throat. Then perhaps you'd like to explain, the deep voiced pirate they called. Captain growled. Why ye brought this Squirrelberry dogfish here to our secret hideout? They got treasure, the pirate yelped. Treasure? The head pirate asked. How do you know that? The pirate gave them away, another pirate explained. Thump! From inside that bag, SpongeBob's crew was heard for a pirate being dropped to the floor. Aye, the captain said. What to do with that? Can't keep the big shot. All right, let's see these reach no thieves. The big heavy boots clumped across the room to the sacks again. The captain yanked the bags down to SpongeBob's and Squidward's necks, so no heads was taken out. They saw a huge pirate in a long black coat and a silver hat with a pirate's silver skull on the crown and glowing at them under thick, bushy eyebrows. His name was Captain Crew, a name he eventually earned in a long lift up. Hello, SpongeBob said politely, but Squidward is in no mood for manners. How dare you stop us in these smelly sacks and carry us about on your bony shoulders? I demand that you untie us immediately. The pirates stared at Squidward for a moment. Then they burst into the regular laughter. They went over and pounded each other on the back. They couldn't believe that a little guy had like that. No one gave orders to Captain Crow. What's so funny? Squidward snarled. Stop laughing at me. One is just coming price anyway. The laughter stopped and Captain Crow lumped over Squidward, his long black bill hanging down in Squidward's face. This be our pirate's den, he said in a voice so deep Squidward could feel it vibrating in his chest. What's so crummy about it? Squidward looked around the gloomy room. There were barrels and chests stacked in corners with cobwebs to comfort them. Bottles and food wrappers were still on the floor. The walls were covered with stains and where the pirates had thrown up mugs so they could enjoy watching smash into bits. Oh, nothing, Squidward said, even though a huge pirate torn over him. Charming, I love what you've done with the director. So, the captain said, quietly, I'll give you a 10-second to hand over your treasure. Squidward looked inspired. We haven't got any treasure. I see, Captain Crew said. Then I'll give you 10 seconds to hand over your map to the treasure. Shaking his head, Squidward insisted. I told you, we haven't got any treasure. Or treasure maps. Do you believe everything parents tell you? The captain nodded. Much were yes, in my experience. Parents be more honest than the parents whose shoulders they put upon. The other parents in the room nodded, thinking this was a wise observation. No wonder he's the captain, one of them whispered respectfully. Captain Quill slowly paced back and forth, thinking. So you won't tell us on the treasure is? He said. Well, we've got ways of making you talk. He turned to his crew. What do you think, boys? What should we do with these treasure hiders? So the pirate's hands shot in the air. Oh, come on me! Nothing, Ned, the captain said, pointing to my filthy pirate with tangles in his beard. I see we swing him up, take off their boots, and took up their feet with feathers. Nasty Ned suggested enthusiastically. He hated being tickled himself and figured SpongeBob and Squidward would give up their secrets to stop the tickling. Okay, tickling, Captain Quill said, running it down on a pad. Let's call that suggestion number 1. Make him walk the plank. A pirate with a purple sash around his waist blurred out. The captain glared at them. Short John Purple, don't talk out of turn. Wait till I call on ye. Short John Purple lowered his head. Yes, Captain. Sorry. He raised his hand, ready to be called on. But SpongeBob had heard enough of this bloodthirsty overhung to make him talk. May I say something, please? He said sharply. All the pirates turned toward him. Oh, good, Captain Quill said. So you're ready to tell us where the treasure is. I hope it's not too far or very too deep. Frankly, our shovels aren't the best. SpongeBob shook his head, thinking, no, suck. No, it's not too far. It's not very deep because we don't have any treasure. My parents just laughed. The operator thought SpongeBob was lying. He realized he had to show proof to them that he wasn't a real pirate with a chest full of jewels and gold. Look, he said, trying to stay calm and respectful. You think we have treasure because Squawky said we have a lot of treasure, right? The parents nodded. Aye, that's right. Who's Squawky? Short John Purple asked, confused. His parrot always really nasty, Ned said, explain. Oh, right, Short John Purple said, pretending to understand. He still didn't get it. Well, SpongeBob said, smiling funny. What if I told you we aren't even real pirates? That Squawky is a fake parrot. I brought him in a costume to the surprise store. The pirate's not doubtful. The big honking pirate who asked SpongeBob about his parrots in the back of the eye patch pig and leg proved up. When they talked, I heard them. Other pirates, none of them would have. They heard Squawky talk too. Because Squidward pulled the string that made him talk. SpongeBob explained. Who's Squidward? Another pirate asked. You said your name was Pirate Person Captain Tough. Captain Tough? The real pirate captain repeated. He slapped his one big face into his palm. Smack! We'll see about that. SpongeBob managed to jerk his head toward and give a pointer. He's Squidward. We're undercover in disguise. Take this back of us and we'll show you. The pirate crew looked to the leader for decision. He stared down at SpongeBob and Squidward sitting on a dirty floor with no sacks. Laughing, he said, "Set them free. If they try anything fancy, I think we can handle the squeeze." Squirt. Short John Purple whipped his last on the sash, stood across the room with 2 quick slashes to cut the run of ropes around the bags. They fell to the floor with very torn by Squidward and their pirate costumes. Squawky the parrot had come off with some sword and was in his hands. Getting to his feet, SpongeBob held up the fake bird and grabbed the ring attached to the string that made him talk. See, he said, always pull the string and Squawky the fake parrot talks. He pulled the string and let it go. I'm a real parrot, Squawky exclaimed. Clue raised a bushy black eyebrow. The bird says he's real, but he's not, SpongeBob says. Listen. He pulled the string again. Totally real, Squawky insisted. There, the captain says, satisfied. That proves it. The pirates muttered among themselves, nodding. They were convinced Squawky was telling the truth. That doesn't prove anything, SpongeBob yelled, frustrated. He yanked the string a third time. Anyone who says I'm not a real liar, Squawky announced. Grrr, SpongeBob growled. I had it with this stupid bird. He threw the bird toward the pirates. Nasty Ned caught him and quick with the pirate in his arms. Squawky, he whispered, you're my new best friend. Squeak told him, forget the parrot, he said. The point is, we don't have the treasure. We're not even real pirates, see? He ripped off this pirate costume, referring to the detective outfit underneath. That's right, SpongeBob said, tearing off his pirate costume, too. We're not parents, we're pirate detectives. So just for our friend Patrick. You might know him as Pinky. We think he might be kidnapped, Squidward said. An idea who might done it? Did you guys kidnap Patrick? SpongeBob asked. If you did, just let him go. It will come in the day. No hard feelings. The pirates looked surprised and other prisoners transformed and confused by their questions about someone named Pinky. The captain walked slowly over to SpongeBob and Squidward, staring at him. So you're not real pirates? He said. You're just private eyes. Yes, Squidward relieved. Glad you managed to get that through your thick pirate skull. Finally, Captain Quill turned away from the two little detectives and walked back to his fearsome crew, jerking the thumb back towards SpongeBob's crew. Okay, boys, he said. Get 'em! Stay tuned for chapter 23, coming up soon.